Josh here with the IDP show today, talking 3 overdrafted players in FastDraft's D-Up contest and 3 players going in the next round that I'd rather have instead. And let's jump right into it. In the first round, Rams edge rusher Jared Verse going as DL9, 10th overall. Looking at the best ball rankings we have available at theidpshow.com, he is our DL12, 15th overall. Now, there's no denying the defensive rookie of the year from 2024. Dude is crazy talented. 66 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries in his rookie year. 17 games played, a very impressive 75% snap share, but that only added up to a DL26 finish by Big 3 scoring, which is the scoring system we use at the IDP show. And in 2024, Verse was drafted as DL36, so you got some nice return on investment. His 185.45 points translated to 10.9 points per game. Now, for context, Verse was outscored by his teammate, Kobe Turner. In a contest like D-Up, where you have no safety net, this is just too much risk for me to take on in round 1. The DL9 in 2024, Zach Allen, who we'll talk about later in the video, scored 242 points in 16 games. That's 15.1 points per game. Could Jared Verse make that leap? Absolutely, but I'm looking for a little bit more proven defensive lineman here in the first round. So I'm going to pass on Jared Verse at DL9, 10th overall, and instead give me Danielle Hunter, DL10, 15 overall. He is ranked for us as DL8, 8th overall by our best ball rankings. In round 1, I'm going to pass on Verse, go Zach Baun, the LB2 off the board, and grab Hunter in round 2 instead. The DL10 finished as the DL11 in 2024 and as the DL4 in 2023. So a very nice track record of end-of-the-year finishes for Danielle Hunter. Houston just extended Hunter. He has the same head coach and defensive coordinator that he had from 2024. He's playing alongside another phenom in Will Anderson and another guy who's probably being overdrafted. Hunter has averaged 17 games, 13 sacks, and 259.8 points per game from 2022 through 2024. That average would have placed him as the DL8 in 2024. So instead of taking the projection and the hype with Jared Verse, give me the proven commodity in Danielle Hunter at the top of the second round, and let me go Zach Baun in round number 1. Speaking of linebacker, my next overdrafted IDP, it's Nick Bolton, LB8, going as the 20th overall pick. He is LB11 for us, 29th overall. The only group who loves Nick Bolton more than the Kansas City Chiefs decision makers, it's IDP managers who are still chasing Bolton's LB4 finish in 2022. Since then, he's finished as LB74 in 2023. Now, he was hurt. He only played 8 games, but he was LB14 in a healthy season last year. The problem, he was drafted as LB3 in 2023, that's just bad luck, and LB6 in 2024. Now, that's a bad pick. Unless you're a Leo Chenal truther, you like that Kansas City re-signed Bolton. There's continuity. There's a familiarity with the defense and the role in that defense. I'm not saying Nick Bolton is going to be a terrible linebacker. I'm expecting a solid LB15 to 20 finish for Bolton in 2025. So I think he's going to be a usable piece. But keep in mind that 2022 outlier season that we're chasing was fueled by 180 tackles for Nick Bolton. His averages in 2021 and 2024, his 2 other healthy seasons, 109 tackles average between those 2 seasons. That's fine, but that's not a second-round pick that I want to spend in a contest like D-Up because I'm looking for that positive ROI, especially in those early rounds. So I'm going to fade Nick Bolton there at 20th overall and instead give me Blake Cashman, LB12, 27th overall for us, LB6, 20th overall. One thing that is concealed when players miss games is how well they played in games where they were actually on the field. Total points, yes, they are important, but so is points per game. And in that regard, Blake Cashman's 16.6 points per game in 2024 were elite. 4th best in the NFL behind only Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. we were robbed of something really special with JOK, Zaire Franklin and Zach Baun. Even missing 3 games after their bye, so it really felt like 4 games you were without Cashman. He still finished as LB10 by Big 3 scoring. Cashman has continuity on his side. We mentioned that with Danielle Hunter. Same thing here. Same head coach, same DC, same linebackers alongside Blake Cashman. Plus, now this is his 2nd year in Brian Flores' system. Assuming health, Cashman is a threat to finish as the LB1 overall, which reflects our ranking of him as LB6. Next up, the 3rd player being overdrafted in D-Up, Jalen Carter, DL21, 39 overall. He's DL32 for us, 67 overall. Now, for real NFL purposes, for IDP Dynasty leagues, Carter is an elite asset, but he's not elite at scoring points yet. Carter was DL34 in 2024, averaging 10.6 points per game, 8.5 points per game in 2023. Like Jared Verse, this is another case of projecting a great player to take a leap. And if he does, builds with Carter in this range will have a notable advantage. But even now, in late March, you're having to take Carter with that leap baked in. The DL21, where Carter is being taken in 2024, averaged 11.7 points per game. That was Jonathan Cooper of the Denver Broncos. Set aside the ADP, you'd feel great as a Carter manager if he improved from 8.5 to 10.6 to 11.7 in 2025. But there is so little headroom when he's being drafted with that expectation. So I'm going to pass on Carter at 39 overall, 15 picks later. Give me Zach Allen, DL24, 54 overall. We have him as DL25, 57 overall. So he's going right around where we have him ranked in our best ball rankings. I would rather take a discount on a player who's already proven he can score points, like Zach Allen. That's really the theme of this video. We're not avoiding players necessarily. Every player is draftable at the right cost. What we're avoiding are out of whack ADPs. In a contest like D-Up, where I personally want certainty, I'm going to avoid these speculative plays with a projected leap baked in, like Jared Verse and Jalen Carter, and the wish-casting hype bunnies like Nick Bolton. Like, we're doing this again? Really? I'll just take Zach Allen, DL9 in 2024, who's at risk of sliding out of drafts altogether at 54. I think once some of these rookies get placed with their teams, Zach Allen is a guy you're going to see slide out of being drafted in 100% of drafts as these rookies rise up the board. Zach Allen represents how I want to build most of my D-Up portfolio, solid from picks 1 to 6. Now, he is the antithesis of my other 6th-round picks, which are undrafted guys with huge bust potential, but sky-high upside if things break right. I want to sprinkle these in because I am fairly certain that health luck will be the number one factor in who wins $2,000 this year in D-Up. But I'm not ruling out a differentiated build being what sets the winner apart from the pack. It's why I'm drafting Ivan Pace Jr. because Blake Cashman does have injury concerns. And if he's out, Ivan Pace Jr. will slot right in, and we've seen what that guy can do. And I'm taking Peyton Wilson in that 6th round as well because Patrick Queen sucks and quite possibly could lose his job or be cut this season. So I want to give myself a portfolio aligned with both of those potential outcomes. That solid 1 through 6 and just hope I stay healthy, or I've got a differentiated build with someone like Pace or Wilson that no one else has, and that's what sets me apart because those guys rocketed up to a top 3 or 4 finish because everything broke in their favor. So even if Zach Allen, though, gives me his 3-year average of 12.8 points per game, that still beats what drafters are expecting out of Carter by a full point. There's not a ton of upside with Zach Allen, but there is a safe floor. And this is me putting my money where my mouth is with these picks. Across 17 drafts, I have 0 shares of Verse, Bolton, or Carter. But 24% of my drafts, I have Danielle Hunter, 35% I have Blake Cashman, and 18% I have Zach Allen. Do you think I'm crazy? Are you high on these 3 players or someone else I didn't mention? Put your money where your mouth is. Sign up for FastDraft today if you're in an eligible state and use promo code IDPShow to get up to a $25 deposit match. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the Player Profiler channel and subscribe to our channel as well, The IDP Show, and check out theidpshow.com if you'd like to see these best ball rankings for yourself. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the draft.